Good morning, guys. I hope you had a great weekend and a good football game. I guess I didn't really hear the score too much. So I think you guys actually ended up playing your game on Saturday, didn't you? But anyways, it's Monday. I got a full week here. But anyways, um, again, here is our fertilizer experiment. I don't know how yours has turned out. The photos you sent me, I can't see any difference. If you can see a difference in yours, I guess, but in the photos they look all the same to me. So let me know if there's really no difference, because we'll probably just end that experiment, just because otherwise we might keep going for a couple weeks to see if it happens. But on mine, again, I've got barley growing here. So here's my correct. I'll pull it out because it look like crazy hairdos. Pretty long. I'll write my descriptions in later. So this is my correct. So it's pretty full. I think it's starting to bend over because there's so much wheat in this little thing barley in this little thing that could be the issue with this one here. And then here's my too much. As you can see, it's really crazy. It probably has the same amount of barley as the correct one does. As you can see, most of it's just leaning over. Again, I pretty much have to water mine every day now. Otherwise, they get kind of wilty. So I've been watering these guys every day. Suck up. And then here's my just my plain water. I just don't think it's as thick. If you compare it to the correct, it's just not as thick. And granted, there's not as many seeds in there, but just the way it looks, it's not as thick and healthy as my correct amount of fertilizer. But maybe mine's, I guess, continuing to do stuff. And yours is probably too, and I just can't tell from the photos. So, but yeah, so I do have it under grow lights. So it gets about as much sun as like the middle of the summer, the way I have grow lights set up. So it's getting about 16 hours of sunlight. And these are grow lights. I don't know if you guys have one. I'm gonna see if I can get one for your guys' school so that you guys can, when we do stuff like this, you can mimic more of the outside. Grow lights are a little different than, your typical lights. They produce the correct amount of ultraviolet. It mimics the sunlight, so that's why. So I got one of these. So I'm gonna try to get one over there for you guys so that you guys can start doing this. All right. So I'm going for a walk today. I have you guys. We're in a different. So I'm gonna be dropping off stuff after school today and picking stuff up from the other tub, and so I'll explain what's gonna be in the new tub for you to do your experiment today, or this week, I guess. This video probably will take care of today and tomorrow, so you probably won't see another video until Wednesday-ish. So you're also going to get in the email like a reading source literature covering soil erosion, and that's kind of what we're going to be talking about. So there are questions at the end. Don't do the questions. They're not important. I just wanted to just kind of talking about erosion and health of the soil that we've been talking about. So let me get you down here. You might not see me as much because I'm trying to get this here. So you're gonna get your guys's are over here. So your guys's are gonna look like this. My examples that I use in class, they're just little ice cream tubs like this. I just have mine smaller because I store these. I don't know how many years I've been using these, and they work every time, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna try to get you guys set up so that you guys can see it better. There we go. All right, so what you guys are gonna do here is you're gonna determine. So I have these buckets of soil here. So like here, this represents no cover on a field. And then this one here represents it's been cultivated. And finally, this one here is people that are starting to go to no-till. This was wheat field. And I like this, and I use this field because I like this because it all came from the same field. Literally, he cultivated the center part of it, like, so it's bare, and then he cultivated some of it so that he left some stubble, and then he left part of the field. So literally went in with, kind of put this over the top, traced it with like a little spade, and then just dug down to get my, what I wanted for soil. So that, you know, I didn't really disturb much when I picked it up. So, but anyways, what you're going to be doing here is determining a few things. Why cover, no matter if it's a little bit of stubble or it's no-till, why it's important for the soil. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, let me see if I can bring this closer. I did this yesterday and it worked out perfect, but I'm doing it for camera, so it probably won't work at all. All right, so you're gonna have to get, like, if you have a 5-gallon bucket, see if you can find a 5-gallon bucket. I might, you know what, I'll just bring an extra. I have a ton of 5-gallon buckets. So you're gonna need some water for yours. Okay, so mine, and I'll explain how to do yours different, because yours is going to be done differently than mine. Okay, so if I pour water into these, so I'm pouring water, here's my stubble, here's my bare field, here's my stubble, and then here is my no-till. So if I look here, okay, you guys probably didn't even see that. There's absolutely no water left in this one. Why is that? Why is there no water left in this one, as there is a ton of water just sitting in the field? I guess we're gonna call these little fields. So, Tubble, here, there's no water left in the, but it all, you know, it went slower as it drained. This one, no water. Why is that? Why is it that this one, you would think, because it's got all that debris in there and you've got all that organic material, you would think, oh, that's going to cause it to slow down. So take a minute, think about why, maybe discuss with each other why this one. If I pour water again, look at how fast that water just moves right out of that tub. It's just coming right out the bottom. Now, I pick this one up. See, hardly any water movement. Okay, that one's pretty much. So, interesting, right? So, what's causing that? Actually, what's causing that is that the roots have aerated the soil. So it's made these little holes and air pockets for water to move through the soil. It's kind of made it porous so that water can move easily through fields. Fields that are cultivated bare, and they don't have any of that stuff. So this is all the same soil type. I made sure of that when I put this in there, that it's all the same soil. Again, this is going to take days for it to drain, or hours. It'll probably be drained by the end of the day. And so we got this. Now, let's see something here. So now if I'm going to tip these, look at how dirty that water is. So if this is a field and we're on a hill, it's taking all of your topsoil somewhere else. Okay? Now, this one might go way too fast for me to do this activity. You guys are going to have an easier time. So I'm going to fill this again. Now I'm going to pour some of this one out. Now this one, yes, this one has some dirt in it, but the camera you probably can't tell. It's not as dirty. You know what? stubble is holding that soil there so that it doesn't go anywhere. This one this one would take 2 people. Let's see if I can even get it done. Maybe I'll oversaturate the soil so my bucket here. If I pour this one here, the water running off is basically clear. You can see, you probably couldn't see it through the video very well. Apologize for that, but it's basically clear so that you get an understanding how important this either going no-till as a farmer or leaving some stubble, because it's going to help keep that soil, especially in our winter time when it's really blowing and there's no crops on the field. You got all that black snow going across because your soil is being taken away. Not so much erosion in the summertime because we have a crop on it, okay? But otherwise, we are leaving, you're losing all of your topsoil when we don't leave some type of cover on it. All right, so a couple of things that you're going to do with this today. First thing is you're going to have, let's see if I can get this up. These are your tubs right here. Let's see if I can do it from here. All right. Move this out of the way a little bit here. So I hope that I have different type of soil in here. I hope it works. So what you are going to do here, first of all, I'm going to put this moisture meter, pH meter. Make sure when we do it that you're on moisture. I have yet to water these since bringing them in, and I probably brought these in the school building the middle of August. So go ahead, go down and just read the moisture, and then tell me, what is the moisture meter saying? I mean, is this the most accurate thing in the world? No, it serves our purpose though. Okay, second thing is you're going to have, put the lid on your tub. You're going to have these pans in here. Each pan is for one of these. So basically what you're going to do is, if you have access to a cordless drill and some bits, I don't know, some bits where you can drill a hole, no bigger than 1/4 inch. If maybe your maintenance man or maybe someone in the school has a cordless drill that you can borrow, see if you can borrow it and then just drill some holes in the bottom. But you got to be careful not to disturb the soil, so don't go rough with it where you're causing, there's a point to why I had these set out all summer long, because you had to create more like real life soil. So just like zoom some holes carefully in the bottom. If you can't, that's okay. But if you can, drill some holes. I don't know, like drill some boom, 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 boom. Maybe like 8 holes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Flip it around, 5, 6, 7, 8 on each of them. But again, be very careful not to disturb the soil too much. Otherwise, this experiment won't work. So, you got this. Then what I want you to do is a couple things. Find some, and I might even just put some in there. I have a bunch of, you want to prop it up pretty good. Like how in the video they created that rain simulator? We're going to do that with this, but you're going to use, you're going to prop them up so that they're at a pretty good angle. So you're just going to put some stuff right here. Try to make them all at the same height if possible. And then you're going to have these pans for each of them. So you're going to set the pan down. So what this does is collecting water. That's basically what this is for. Because if it works, you'll be able to tell the difference. Remember how when I tipped my buckets, how much soil went with the water? So that's what we're doing is we're creating how much soil moves with the water. So create this up. So you're gonna do that with each of, because you have 3 pans. Okay, then in the bucket, try to dump the same amount of water in each. So if you go like 1/4 of a bucket, dump 1/4 of a bucket, 1/4 of a bucket, 1/4 of a bucket, okay? In your experiment. All right, so you're gonna go up, and then just kind of record the results of all of that stuff. Write it down. I'm nothing formal. You know, you can just do it on a sheet of paper and tell me that. Just tell me, oh, like a lot of topsoil went into the tub, or it does not soak through. I just don't know. This is different type of soil. Might not work, but it should get the same point across here. So you're gonna have all of that. Again, remember a few things. You know, you gotta prop these up pretty good at an angle so you can get that runoff. See how the runoff is going. I'll have all of this stuff over there, and so on and so forth. So that will be over there, and then I'll come back. Don't destroy these, because I'll keep these. If they didn't work, I'll just replant it and do it, because I'll have to do something for my agronomy class. Because we kind of expand on this in agronomy, if you take agronomy class. So then the next thing in your buckets are these things. You know, soil is made up of many different components. Mainly it's, you know, it's sand, it's clay, it's rocks, it's gravel. So what I want you to do here is, I got a tub of sand. I got some clay in this one. And then got some gravel in this one. So then I have these little tubes. Okay, these tubes. They got to open on top, and then there's a small hole in the bottom. So what I want you to do is just determine how much you want to put in these. So if you put like if you put 100 milliliters in, make sure you put 100 milliliters of each in so that it's consistent. Okay, and then what I want you to do is, one of you hold this, dump some water in the top, and maybe time it to see how long it takes for the water to go all the way through each type of material, and record the time, you know. So I would not dump a ton of water in these, just because one of them will take forever for the water to seep through. So don't do a ton, but don't do enough where it's just going to absorb into it. So you got to do enough so that it will. So, or you could do it two ways. You can do it another way. You can dump. Let's say you fill it, and then you're going to decide to dump 200 milliliters will not fit. It's too much. If you decide to dump like 150 milliliters of water in it, and then you're going to go, okay, we're going to time for 2 minutes, see how much water comes out, and then compare the rate that way. That's another way of doing it. So I know I'm throwing a lot at you right now, but this is going to take care of a couple days. And if you're confused, so in your tub, remember, you're going to have these. Okay, I'll throw some more. I don't remember. I know you guys have beakers over there. You got all of this. Now, since Marty has class in the afternoon, there's enough sand, and gravel dries out pretty easy. It's the clay that gets me a little nervous. Well, here's a tub of clay for one class. Here's a tub of clay for another. But I'm going to have these plates in there. When you're done on your tubes, spread it out on these paper plates so it dries out. So, because I reuse that stuff. So when it's dry, go ahead and put it back in the tubs. But it's got to be completely dry. So if it takes a couple days for it to dry out, because if you put clay in here wet, it's just going to become it's going to become hard. Then I'm just going to have to throw the whole thing away. So sand. So sand and gravel will dry probably by the time Marty gets to using it in the afternoon. It should be dry. So I will also put the moisture meter in the tub. And then I'm going to put these in, because I'm switching out tubs. I'm going to bring a new tub over. I'm going to take some of that stuff that's in the other tub out and bring it back, because you probably won't need it anymore. So, that's what you're going to do. And you get this. I'll get a bucket for you guys. Again, so, summarize everything. As you're doing this, why does the water take forever to filter through a bare soil, while in a no-till, it goes right through it. Think about that, okay? You don't have to send me that information, but just think about it. I'm grabbing stuff. I remember to bring all the stuff after school. All right, you're going to do two things with the moisture meter. You're going to kind of read the moisture in the 3 tubs that I'm bringing you. Okay, then if you can find a drill. If you can't find a drill, that's okay. You don't need to do that part in, because basically we will just have to skip that step. I should have put the holes in it. I didn't think about that until I was doing this, until I had it made and thinking, when I was creating the assignment, that I forgot to put the holes in the tub. All right. Then put 8 holes in the bottom of each tub, dump some water on them, and then just watch the rate of flow to see which one. I'm just hoping it works. You got a different type of soil than what used to. Then remember, prop them up at an angle, and then dump the equal amount of water on all of them, making sure you use the tray, and just watch to see what happens to the topsoil in each of these. Granted, you're going to have some erosion in all of them, but see what it, and then record what you see. Or you can take a video too and send it to me and show me the 3 tubs, or even show me the experiment. Mimic that video I sent you on Friday. Granted, you can't mimic it to the perfectly, but try to, as you can see, they were collecting the rainwater as they were raining on it, so you could see the different things. And then finally, using those tubes, find the rate of flow for the different types of components that make up soil. Other than that, we'll see you on Wednesday. I'll do a video. If any of this is confusing, it's 3rd hour. I don't care. 3rd hour, and I think, Clay, I think you have it 7th hour. Not quite sure. Not Clay. Marty, I think you have it 7th hour. 7th hour, I have no students, so don't be afraid to give me a phone call. I'll take a phone call. I'll see that it's coming. Most of my activities for 3rd hour this week, they're kind of, kids are kind of in here working on their own pace, so it won't have, if you're completely confused at what to do, I'll take a phone call, or FaceTime, so I can walk you through it too. That sometimes works. I've had kids FaceTime me so that they understand what they're doing. So other than that, this video is getting long. So I'm going to attach, remember, a reading source. Do not do the questions. They're not relevant. So other than that, I hope this video makes sense. Don't be afraid to stop the video at the points so you can set things up. I know I didn't do a very good job explaining this, but I think you'll get the point. But other than that, we'll see you on Wednesday.